Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of The Mediator with me, your host, Brian West, where we go through the stories throughout the news during the monologue to give you a taste of goodness, sweet and sour in The Mediator. We have a special guest tonight, L.A. Connor. He's going to come on tonight and talk about the life the new age of acting for actors and just talent out there trying to get noticed, and how it was for him to get noticed by me. He was and how it was for him he didn't even have to audition. He came and did the film, The Independent World. So he's going to talk about the new avenues and some of his credentials that he's been able to accomplish as a new upcoming actor in the independent world on his own production field someday. So we're going to talk about that. And now it's time to get to the top 8 stories that made it throughout The Mediator, throughout the weeks. This is the part where I go throughout the news throughout the weeks and the months and put them all together in a sweet and sour package for you. Good stories that have a little bit of humor to them. All right, here we go. Story number 1. A woman tries to open up an emergency exit in the middle of a flight. The story says passengers report that a woman tried to open up an emergency exit on a flight headed from Los Angeles to Houston. Man, now I Believe I Can Fly will no longer be allowed to be played before takeoff. Story number 2. A substitute teacher accused of having sex with their student who was only 17. She was 24. Man, now reports say a substitute teacher in Missouri was arrested and is being accused of having sex in 2 counties with her 17-year-old student. Man. Now, although she admitted to having an inappropriate relationship with the boy, there is no word on whether or not she called in to the radio show The Sweat Hotel to tell any further details. Story number 3. I just make this stuff up. I said, don't take it personally. Story number 3. A live lobster found by TSA in an airport luggage. Man. It says agents at Boston's Logan Airport discovered a 20-pound live lobster when they were checking a passenger's luggage. Whew. Now, sources say the man packed the lobster because he couldn't afford to fly first class. All right, story number 4. What's up with the Obama family? Oh, boy. It says Democrats are getting frustrated because it seems that former President Obama has developed a new hobby of vacationing. It means he's been vacationing a little bit too much. They say the president has been taking tours of millionaire and billionaire luxury retreats. Man. Kids will now be required to find Obama wearing a red sweater on a map to pass their geography class. Get it? Where's Obama? Story number 5. Google hit with a $2.7 billion antitrust fine by the EU. Oh, man, my favorite company, Google, has been hit with a record $2.42 billion fine by the EU after being accused of favoring its own comparison shopping services in search results. So that means that they were putting their own search results or comparison shoppings ahead of everybody else. Well, I guess there goes my AdSense money. Story number 6. Moving right along, the gravy train. Former 1980s NBA draft pick. I think the guy was like number 90th in the NBA draft pick in 1980. I guess he is now at age 61. He's trying to get back into the NBA. Wow. It says a Las Vegas grandfather is training because he feels he can still play in the NBA. The man is 61 years old. Now, word on the street is that he may be getting picked up by the Golden State Warriors. Go Durant. All right, now it's time to get to our final two stories that made it in the Mediator this week. Story number 7, a man busted for trying to enter Trump Towers with a bulletproof vest and knives. Whew. It says a 52-year-old man was busted after stating that he was a U.S. senator and requested to see the president's daughter, Ivanka. Now, the man had a bulletproof vest on and apparently was carrying knives. Oh, man. Now, sources say that he may be running as Kid Rock's running mate. Story Kid Rock is supposed to be running for senator. I just threw that in there. Sorry. All right, story number 8 and the final story that made it throughout the Mediator this week. The U.S. economy seemingly added more jobs in June than expected. Oh, that's good. It says the U.S. economy added 222,000 jobs in June, which is much better than the 179,000 that economists had forecast. Oh, that's good news. Now, that may explain the rise in activity like stores like Walmart and Dollar General. Oh, thank you so much. We'll be right back with my man L.A. Connor. I want to thank you for tuning to the Mediator. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in the Mediator with Brian West. Don't be so pessimistic. Everything will be fine.
I should have stood with my first mind. I stood away from that slaughterhouse. You know, everybody that goes in there always comes back with that news.
You're crazy.
Now, you may think I'm crazy, but I'm going to be the first nutcase to cure cancer.
I'm really concerned about you, Reggie. You should consider taking a break.
You've been wasting my time for the last 3 weeks, and you almost lost me money last fight. Now get on the bag.
Good Lord, Justice, put some umph into it.
He gave me his last $50. He wants to fight.
So, what's his story?
The guy's lost everybody close to him from cancer.
Nice.
So he's desperate.
And he's got nothing to lose.
You lost your damn mind.
What?
There ain't no cure for cancer.
Also heard that your wife killed herself because she had cancer. Dude, you're a freaking hero. Good luck on your next fight, bro.
Do you think the experiment's getting out of hand?
Pay attention to what I'm saying. You created this mess. I gotta keep telling you the cure is anger. The cure is rage. The cure is love. Now, as long as that lab rat keeps fighting and trying to find a cure, he's gonna keep going. He's gonna try to even things out.
But what if it's genetic?
Was the lab rat ever driven to fight when his wife and family were alive? It's got nothing to do with genetics, Rich. It's all about what's in here.
Cure.
Cure? Yes. Listen, I'll give you 2 weeks with no interest if you find a cure. All right? Now I want you to get back to work because my patience is running thin, all right? Welcome back, welcome back. This next guest I have is a man who is a man of his word. He's been acting for a long time. He's been acting schools. I'm not even going to tell you all his credentials, but I'm going to let him speak for himself. He started out posting videos on YouTube. He has starred in a few of my plays, and he's also trying to work on his own projects. He's been to numerous film festivals. He's met a lot of people, and he continues to meet a lot of actors and tries to get them their start in the acting world. It takes a little time. I like to bring to the stage and to the Mediator my man, L.A. Connor. All right, how you doing? Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. All right, man, this has been a long time coming, man. I want to thank you for doing the interview so far because I know you got to come a long way just to do what you do. So tell us about your career and what you've been able to accomplish so far in the acting world?
Oh, well, first of all, I have to give thanks to you because you helped me get my start. I've been in 3 of your films so far, and it sounds like I'll be in the 4th one coming up soon.
Yeah.
So that's something that I did, and last year I did my first stage play. I never did stage acting, but last year was my first time ever doing a stage play. Now I'm about to be in 2 more stage plays coming up soon. So I'm very excited about the direction my career is going. But the main thing is the gift is to be able to help others, and that's where I want to be like you, give others an opportunity who might not be in Hollywood and they want to be actors, actresses in this world.
Yeah.
So that's something that I appreciate when people like yourself do this, is give other people an opportunity, because without you, there is no me. So I always have to say, you know, something's, it starts from somewhere.
Now, you started out on, you showed me some videos on YouTube that you had posted, and I think where actors and directors get confused at is a lot of directors are looking for somebody to play a certain role, but they're not looking to give the actor an opportunity. I mean, they get the opportunity when they get the role, but they have auditions. Now, at Method 8, I choose not to do auditions because it's the independent world and I try to give everybody a chance. That's just the company's policies. Do you think more directors need to be like that?
Yes. And I'm going to say exactly why they need to be like that, because you're going to miss out on someone who really could bring
a lot to the table.
There you go.
Yeah.
What if you choose the wrong person to play the wrong role, but you never gave this other person a chance? And this is where I'm glad the independent world is going, because a lot of no names are now coming to life. And it's exciting right now to be an actor, actress in this world, because we get a chance. And when things go on YouTube, Google, or wherever it goes, not only is people in movie theaters seeing it, but guess what? The world is seeing it. So it's different now.
Now you're an activist. You actually go to film festivals. You actually link up with a lot of people who have had experience in the industry. You actually you spend time with your college buddies. You give. I mean, you seem like your uncle was a judge.
Yes.
So you've got good relatives and good people who pretty much was in your corner. Now tell us how hard it was for you to, how long have you waited just to even get on camera?
Whew. I've been wanting to be on camera since 2007. It took into 2010, so it took 3 years to finally get on camera, and that's only because I was in school in Washington, D.C. And by me being in school, a lot of my friends in school asked me would I start acting in their films. So that's how long it took, but then all of a sudden it took another, because I think we linked up in 2014.
Somewhere around
2014, and it took another 2 years to really start developing into getting films with lines where I hear a line.
Speaking roles.
Right, speaking roles. So therefore, it takes time. Right, and what people got to understand, nothing happens overnight, and you have to be willing to listen. That's the key. Listen to what the directors are saying. Don't think you know everything, because every day I feel like I learn something new.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time.
Right, and you've been doing this for a very long time, but still, every day you learn something new. We don't know everything, and technology change.
Absolutely.
We have to keep up with the technology as well. Definitely when you're doing both sides, the acting and you're doing behind the scenes. So people got to understand, don't think you know everything. Be willing to listen, be open-minded, be open-hearted, and good things will come to you. And another thing that bugs me about the entertainment world, everyone is looking for a payday. If you love what you do, your payday will come.
Amazing.
And I will tell anyone that if you love what you do from genuine of your heart, your payday is going to come. So don't worry about paydays.
And I think a lot of people get that, like you said, that misconception right there, that when they see people on TV, they automatically think that they're wealthy. Now tell us some of the work that actually goes into the buildup of that. I know I've got experience, but I want from your standpoint, from you going to film festivals, going to college, and actually seeing some sets, and you've actually been able to link up with some people. And here, tell us what goes into becoming a good actor.
practice and willing to do some things for free, because everything is not going to pay you, and sometimes you need the experience, and people don't understand. When you walk in with the attitude, well, if you ain't paying me, I'm not doing it, then it becomes a problem, because really what's going to happen is people are not going to want to work with you because you're being, you know, you don't have no experience and they're looking for experience. So sometimes you got to do things for free and to get that experience on your resume. So there are movies I could write on my resume right now because I did the work for free, and even if they just gave me a credit for it, it still was something to me to get me started. So put in the work. That's all I say, practice.
Now, what are your views? So many people have negative views towards Hollywood. I don't know if I've heard the pros outweigh the cons. I've heard some people, to be honest, most of the people who I've known have not been that optimistic. I think it's because of when you go to Hollywood is a different structure, and but give us your views on the future, on what you feel as an actor who's getting his foot in the door and he's starting to actually get roles and parts and plays and starting to exercise your skills. And are your ambitions still in Hollywood, or would you rather keep your ball game on the independent court?
I'm going to keep my ball game on the independent court because the independent court is going to take over anyway. And it's like I say, if you look at the Oscars this year, mainly independent films were low budget to independent films were nominated for the Oscars. So therefore, I don't think pretty soon Hollywood is going to exist. And if you really look at it, Atlanta is really taking over Hollywood.
Oh, really?
When you think about the culture of when they say the term Black Hollywood, Atlanta is really stepping up to the game to help turn the game around. And I'm proud of what they have done in the ATL. So I have to give a big shout out to the Tyler Perrys, to all those people who are down there changing the game. Mr. Packer down there as well. All those people who have changed the game, even to yourself here in Youngstown, Ohio, you're changing the game, and you're bringing in people who might not have the experience, but you're giving them a chance to show what they can do.
Now, why do you think the perception on Hollywood is the way it is? Why do you think it's like that?
Well, they haven't really given people of minority, and I'm not going to just say black people, let's just say minority people, such as not just Black, Hispanic.
So you think it's the ownership?
Right, ownerships of Hollywood have not given us the chances we need. And then when you do get an African American person, they normally run with that same African American person, and no one else is opening the door for us or anything.
So you're basically in agreement that there is some type of a inequality going on.
Right, it is. It is.
Well, I mean, if you're on the outside looking in and people are seeing it like that, then obviously there must be something wrong. Now, since you're, like you said, you got on that topic of diverse roles, what do you think now that scenery, that door is being opened, that all diverse groups are starting to get in and with their own movies? What do you think that's going to do to the future of filmmaking in this country?
That's going to make it better. It's going to make it better worldwide, globally, because of the simple fact that now those people who didn't have a chance have a chance. And one thing we have to think is the internet. The internet has changed the game. So,
it has.
So now on, we can go on YouTube and put a film on YouTube and charge $10 for people to preview it and get paid to watch our films, and people actually just go watch these films and stuff. So everything is changing, and the way commercials, trailers are done is changing. So now you don't need cable to just do your trailers and stuff on. Now you can go on the internet. You can, Hulu is looking for people, Google, all these places are looking for people and bringing them a home that they can, go to. Netflix. So the game has changed completely. And that's what I love.
Now, what do you feel about TV? Do you think TV is still going to play a lot of important role in actors' lives, or you think TV is a falling? I mean, what do you think about TV?
TV is falling, but it's going to fall pretty soon to the independent film, television makers as well. So just like film is going to become independent, television is going to become independent. We need more fresh new ideas out
Yeah.
there. We need more people who want to do shows like you're doing right now, stuff like that to give people a chance. You
Yeah,
know,
voice.
Right. So therefore, I see it changing, and more people are now going to the internet. So a lot of things are going to change in the near future.
Amazing, amazing. Now you've been able to see the positives and the negatives. Have you had what do you say for the artist who is financially struggling? What do you say for a financially struggling artist?
I would say don't give up, because your time will come. We are going to struggle in the beginning, no matter what. Even with myself, to just finish what I got to finish, which is film school in honor of my late mom.
Yeah,
I'm struggling a little bit so I can finish, but
Uh-huh.
I know one day I will finish. And I don't focus on the fact that I'm not going to finish. I always stay with a positive attitude. I'm going to finish. So have a positive attitude. Say, I'm going to get my film out there. My film will be a #1 hit. I will win awards for my film.
Yeah.
Always be positive, uplifting towards yourself, and then that way you can spread your positivity and your love to others.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it. I spread my positivity and love to others, so that way I can bring them in if they want a chance. And like I said, the greatest feeling is not the payday, mainly giving someone else a chance to be.
Would you recommend them get a daytime job to kind of support if they can?
Oh yeah. Definitely, always get a daytime.
So you got to keep the bread and butter going.
You got to pay the bills. So one
bills.
thing I would say is, yes, please get a daytime job. But if you can, find something that you can maneuver where you can go to those roles, where you can become a director and work on your time.
Behind the scenes type stuff.
Right. Because personally, right now, I'm gonna let everyone know I'm a Lyft driver, and I make good money being a Lyft driver.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm just saying, I'm free to do what I want to do when I need to do it. So if you call me you be like, hey, I got this for you. I know I can do it and everything.
So the new world is kind of wrapping around the new way of living.
Right.
Especially for people who need that extra income, and you're able to actually do things to what you want to do.
Right.
That's amazing. And I guess before we go to break, I wanted to kind of to talk to you about your perception on the direction. Like, give you an example. I have not seen, you know how they would used to have films like Gone with the Wind or Invitation of Life or Roots or Color Purple, and you look at literature in its purest form, like theater in its purest form. Now you see, like you look at films like The Wizard of Oz, Annie. And I mean, there's so many films that came up that I was fortunate to see in that 80s time frame, and you were in the 70s a little bit. So now we've gotten to the point to where there's a lot of superheroes and a lot of effects. And do you think that that's a good thing when it comes to the arts, or do you think it's kind of steering the arts in a different direction?
I'm gonna say it's kind of like both, because I do like the super action hero films, but too much of it can be a downfall.
Yeah.
And I do think it needs to steer into more original stuff, because we're seeing too many remakes too, coming out of Hollywood.
Well, I think it's a psyche, but I was looking at a movie that came out, Fences. I thought that was a real unique script.
Yes.
It was they used it was an old school platform. I haven't seen a film like that in a while, and it was a pure literature film. It was almost like what was that? Like it was almost something like a Driving Miss Daisy or what was the movie that Macaulay Culkin played in with the one girl? Was it My Girl? Yeah. It was almost on that type of medium level, and I haven't seen a film like that in a while. I thought St. Vincent, I don't know if you remember that film.
Yes.
But I don't see too many films like that in the new age, and they don't make a lot of money. Well, Fences actually was successful, but you don't see films like that making money. Do you think people have lost interest in pure literature, or what's going on?
No. I'm gonna say no, because sometimes films like that don't make it to the big time screen. Sometimes you're gonna find most films like that maybe in the film festivals and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So therefore, I'm going to say people have not lost interest. It's just that the big time people, aka Hollywood, has lost interest more than anything. Because I don't think, I don't think it's people. I just think it's like what they feel is going to make it, and that's what the problem is. You know, you could judge, sometimes judge wrong because people do want to see stuff like that. People like documentaries, stuff like that. And you'd be surprised what people really like, and you're still going to make money off of it. So you can't judge a book by its cover.
Well, we'll be right back with L.A. Connor. We're going to finish up, and he's going to he's going to finish talking about. We're going to conclude. He's going to talk about the acting world and the entertainment world, and some of the things that he plans on in the future. We'll be right back. You're in The Mediator with me, Brian West. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. If it was up to me, Williams, she'd be in the box right now.
There's no evidence that points to Daniels. Everything in this case points away from him.
I know he did this.
I think he's hiding with someone on the force.
If Wes did something, he would turn himself in.
He did this to even the score.
No man just kills his little girl.
Why do they want me out of the picture?
You were there. They saw you run out of the house.
I'm telling you, Wes is not the killer. I can feel it.
If innocent, why run?
It sounds to me like we have some mistakes on the force.
They want to take over the force, Wes. They want it all.
If you push off the good cops, then you're one step closer to the king.
Something big is going on.
There's been a bomb that has set it off.
We have to come up with a defense plan, quick.
All we have right now are suspects. Now we need to start getting some faces so we can fight back.
If someone killed your daughter, what would you do? I mean, would you give in or would you stand up and fight back?
You're a disgrace to the...
I will have your badge, Bruce. Do you hear me? Wes is untouchable, unseen, and even untraceable.
He has to make a mistake. He's human.
I'm the only suspect.
Something doesn't feel right.
You wouldn't happen to have caught the face of the real killer, would you?
All the fingers are pointing to him.
We don't even know who the enemy is.
A car is behind my mom's car and the whole evening.
So, if you didn't kill your daughter, who did?
It was a setup.
I should have taken the fast food job.
Brothers, today is our day. The black man and the white man cannot get along. And we light-skinned brothers are stuck in the middle once again. The truth is tough, brothers. But we did not ask to be here. That's what's evident. They look at us as the mistake, but we, as light-skinned brothers, know why we're here. Today, brothers, we, as light-skinned brothers, have been chosen. We have been chosen by the Most High to rule the world as light-skinned brothers. We are the supreme beings. In us is both of them. And brothers, all we have to do is watch the dark and light fight and create more of us to ease the pain as light-skinned brothers. And get this, brothers. We don't have to do anything. All we have to do as light-skinned brothers is stay in the middle and mediate like we were intended to do. The great Farouk has spoken.
The great Farouk!
We are back with L.A. Connor, and he is going to finish telling us about the world, the amazing world of Hollywood and the arts in itself, in general, the future, and some of his plans as he progresses. And it's amazing how some of the people you may walking amongst people who are active in the arts every day and never know it. And that's the most amazing thing about the arts. There's gifts and talents out there that are yet to be discovered, and the new world of the internet has opened up that amazing new atmosphere. So now, tell us some things that you plan to do, that you want to do as you know, as you go on and progress in this new world of entertainment.
Well, I'm gonna start off with short films in the beginning. So pretty much the world gonna get to know me through short film festivals and film festivals, because I'm gonna do short films in the beginning. Then I would like to progress to feature everything independent, of course, short independent films, feature independent films, and I like to progress from there. But my main thing is one of the short films that you would like to look out for is called Why, and it's gonna be my first short film.
Cool.
And it's a short film about Fatal Attraction going wrong. So
so you're in a drama type stuff.
Yeah, I'm into drama, action, and suspense.
I haven't seen a drama film out in a while neither. I haven't, when it comes to drama, just pure literature and I haven't really watched that many movies. I mean, I watch some movies. I usually watch older movies. I don't know why, but I haven't seen anything that was like. I think in the 80s, when we were coming up in that era, there was so much magic in films that it was ridiculous. Like, you had Beauty and the Beast, you had, like I said, Annie, you had, they had a lot of space, E.T. and
Jaws.
I mean, oh man. But the writing and the way that they were written could enhance and expand the imagination. I mean, we haven't seen anything on that level. Do you think it's just the way the writers were grown back then? I mean, what are your take on that?
Well, writers have changed through the years, and unfortunately, I must say some of them are falling short.
I don't discredit the writers, because I've seen a lot of good films. I've seen Passengers was a good film. There's been some good films that I've seen some writing.
There have been some good films, don't get me wrong, but some films today, they are, you know, they're more like.
Yeah, where are you going with this?
Yeah, where are you going with this type of film?
Yeah.
And I can't get with, if the writing is not good and you don't hook me in, I can't get with your film.
Yeah.
And that's just me. It's no discredit to you. It's just that who I am.
Yeah.
And by me being a pure person who comes from the heart when I write, and I try to find things to write off of my own interest and things like that. So I think people got to understand today, you can read a section from the newspaper and really write a film about, let's just say, like, sad to use this, but you read a part of the newspaper where a lady was found murdered and her body was found in a lake or something. You know, believe it or not, someone could just pick that up. If you're really a good writer, you could pick up the littlest thing and write about it. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example of myself. I met a young lady who is HIV positive.
Oh wow! Yeah,
and
that's amazing.
We had a great conversation. She asked me to do an upcoming feature film for her, and I wrote the feature film, which I'm not gonna release the name of it yet, right on the show today.
Yeah, it takes time.
But she just told me a little bit of her life, and from that little bit of her life, I wrote a full feature film.
Wow, that's amazing.
So
got it done.
Right. So it's just how talented are you? Are you just going with what everybody wants to see? Because sometimes people do that, writers do that. They go with what everybody just wants to see. Sometimes you got to go against the grain. Sometimes you got to go a different route.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, when you do that, it brings in the audience that you never thought would come in.
Tell me about, I always wanted to know about what actors felt about, we're in a new tech world, digital, and we've lost touch with 8-track, we've lost touch with 16-track, we've lost touch with that that old school way of filming, and we're in a new age, a digital age. what do you think, give me some of your feels on what you feel that technology has done for the entertainment world before we let you go.
Oh, that's easy. The technology has really helped the entertainment world. I mean, think about it. Years ago, who would have ever thought you could use your phone and make a film from your phone? I mean, we'd probably be like, man, whatever. You need a camera and everything.
Yeah.
And then think about it. Even the cameras changed because the cameras that used to take pictures now video record now.
Yeah.
So. And now we got tablets and everything that you can use to film.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's
changed it for the better to me. And that's what I love about it. It's like it's so different now. And you like back in the 70s and 80s when we were, you growing up and stuff, you seeing films and you looking at how they start to cut and splice. Even the editing format has changed. I mean, so therefore,
technology is just, there's no contest.
It really is no contest. I mean, I know some people like, no, I like the old school feel. I have appreciation for the old school because I went through the cutting and splicing when I went to film school. And they made me appreciate the old school way because you like, oh, I couldn't do this every film I do and everything. Yeah, because you're looking at the film and you're like, now all of a sudden you just get in front of the computer, put some sunglasses on so the light don't blind you, and you can edit it and drag and click, and so it's different and I love it.
Okay, we've reached the climax or the resolution of the interview. And the last question I always ask people is, at the end of your journey, and once it's all said and done, what would you like to see have changed or have made better or improved in your field of interest, your art?
What I would like to see change is it's two things that I want to speak on. One is I'd like to see different categories in the Oscars where maybe people can win, instead of just giving Best Actor for one person, maybe Best Actor for the genre they're in, Best Actor in a drama film, male or female actress in a drama film, Best Actor in a suspense film, male or female. I like to see different categories, really, to be honest with you, because some people get ripped off in the Oscars, and I like to see more people being able to be nominated for roles that they did in the Oscars. And I think that's the biggest ripoff about the Oscars to me, other than minorities not being rewarded the way they should be rewarded. But with that being said, I know one day I would change the game for minorities. The other thing that I would like to say is, I just want everyone to say, L.A. Conner did a heck of a job when he did what he did.
So you put yourself on.
Right. I just want people to realize that I put my heart into this. I put dedication into it. And I just want people to appreciate everything that I put my work into because it's time, energy, and everything. So I want people to look back and say, this guy, he might not have been the greatest filmmaker of all time, but he was one of the greatest filmmakers of all time.
Well, I just know from meeting you, and I know this is what you care about, and your name says it all, L.A. Conner. And if you want to check him out, just go to our movies on the YouTube channel. He's played in a few films. He's played in Escobar, and he played in Field Angels, and so these are just some of the movies that he's played in. He's got a bright future. He's probably, there's endless possibilities of what people can do in this new environment. I want to thank you for coming on the show. How can people get in touch with you?
Easy. Just go ahead to my Facebook account, which is just my name, LaShawn Conner. And then if you want to reach me on Instagram, it's LA Conner 1. Once again, that's LA Conner 1 on Instagram. And I normally do Instagram more than Facebook, so you're liable to reach me Instagram more quicker than Facebook.
Cool. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's been a long week for me. I've been filming all over the place. So this is well deserved. Everyone, thank you for coming on the show and filling the slot. And I want to thank you so much for tuning to The Mediator. Please, if you want to show us some support, don't forget to go to our website, method8inc.com, method8inc.com. Show us some support, either clicking something, buying something, watching something, or just reading something. And please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, thank you so much for tuning to The Mediator with me, Brian West, and have a good week, everybody.
See ya!
All personnel report to the nearest tornado shelter. This is not a drill.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is